video, and this is how to use an eyebrow stencil to shape your eyebrows. I know I did a video before on how I use this eyebrow stencil, but this one is a little more different because you can really see the transformation in my eyebrows since I haven't groomed them in a while. And also I'm going to be using my Maybelline Define a Brow to fill in my eyebrows, so that's something new. And if you want to see how to shape your eyebrows, then stay tuned. Stencil right here, and this is from Amuse or Amuse. And this is in thick, as you can see. And just use any regular powder that you use. I use my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit, and I use the darkest one just so it's easier for me to see while I outline it. And this is like plastic, and it doesn't really, of course, doesn't really stick to your skin, so you can kind of hold it with your two fingers like this. And I'm just going to show you. As you can see, this one is the eyebrow that I don't like. I think everyone has an eyebrow that they don't like, and I don't really like this one because it grows a little bit differently than my other one. So I'm going to show you how I do that first. I'm just going to take a little bit of that dark brown that I showed you just on an angle brush like this. This is my Kirkland angle brush, the one with the spoolie on the other side. But yeah, so I'm going to try to align it as best I can with my eyebrow, my arch. Try to align as best you can. And I'm going to take my three fingers, or two, let's try two, hold it on either end, and I'm just going to start filling it in. You can put a lot of powder. You'd really want to get that outline. I try to put a lot of powder toward the inner part of my eyebrow because that doesn't pick up as much powder. And I'm just gonna take my brush, just very roughly. You want it to be really dark so you know exactly where you want to have your eyebrow and what other hairs you want to pluck. And also get the arch really well. And just peel it off. And that's how that looks. As you can see, it's not, I have so much more hair that I need to pluck to give it that nice shape that it has. And in the front here, I'm just going to want to outline a little bit more at the top, just so I can see. That looks better, just like that. And kind of find right where it would naturally go. I start by putting this bottom part right underneath the arch, and then adjusting the front. Kind of make sure it matches, you know, the same distance here. You don't want one that's too up or one that's pointing too down. I think that's good. Just take your time adjusting it. I think that's good. Taking the same brow powder, just filling in. You're gonna look kind of crazy when you take it off, but you want it to be really dark and easy for you to follow. That's how that looks. It looks crazy because it's messy, but once you pluck the hairs and you get it all shaped and redo the powder, it'll be very nice. So after that, all I'm gonna do is take a little mirror, and I'm gonna just be plucking the spare hairs that are like the sparse hairs that are right underneath the powder that I put. Just the ones right under first. And this just takes getting used to. I mean, once you get it, plucking is really easy and really fast. I'm just going to be taking the ones that are underneath the kind of bigger ones that really affect the shape of your eyebrow. As you can see, I already plucked all the hair that was under here and the ones that were over here, so pretty much right underneath the brow, and I did some at the top, just some, and kept over here the same. And after that, I'm just going to take a spoolie. This is on the other side of that angled brush that I had, and I'm just going to comb it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little manicure scissors like this. Any small scissors will do, it's just easier when it's smaller. And I'm going to brush down the end of the tail with my spoolie, and I'm just gonna follow the line and cut any that are hanging down. Make sure to just take your time in this part. I think I got all of them, just gonna make sure. And then towards the front, I'm gonna comb it up. Just kind of wiggle the spoolie in there. And cut any extra hairs that are there. Remember, you don't have to be cutting a lot. It could just be the little hairs that stick out. Don't expect too much hair. It's just like that. I'm just gonna comb it. As you can see, it's kind of getting a little red because I just plucked there, but make sure it's nice and shaped. And there we go. Okay, now that you have both your eyebrows nicely shaped the way you want it, you have this really dark powder, you can go ahead and take a wet towelette and just wipe that off, just so you can fill them in more naturally. Okay, now that I took off that really dark brow powder, I'm going to refill my eyebrows using something not so dramatic, and I'm just going to be using my Define Brow. And this is in dark brown brunette. So using my Define Brow, and I'm just going to be taking short strokes right on the bottom. And going down the arch. Just doing short strokes. I'm kind of going to go toward the top. Short strokes again. Kind of doing a little outline. And go in the middle and flick up. I want to do short strokes so it looks more natural and looks like actual hair, not that you just put a line there. And you can clean it up a little bit. And it has this little brush thing. I'm just going to use that to kind of blend it out. Not too much. And that's how that looks. You can set that with powder if you'd like.